Go. The live. Speak.
Yo,
Mad props to everybody who's up here on Clifford on this call. Now, what's actually going to happen? We're going to have this guy dropping some absolute knowledge bombs. So, first thing first, get yourself a book and a pen. Like, this is no joke. This is some real serious training. I mean, for those of you that don't know John Clifford too well, this guy changed so many lives all around the world. It will be absolutely insane not to have a book and a pen. He managed to create the number one no nonsense. He's managed to change so many lives around the world. He's managed to help young people, people of all ages, create the income they have been desiring, right? So first thing first, do you grab a pen? Do you grab a book? Take unstoppable, like literally take notes until your hand is bleeding. But if it's bleeding, take like a band-aid and put it on, but then keep writing one more time, right? Keep writing and keep writing. I see John traveling around the house, absolutely insane, right? Well, hey guys, we're gonna get started very, very soon. Stay plugged in. The myth, the legend, rocking it. Absolutely insane. He's going for a quick workout in the morning around the house.
all right, I'm cool now. Can you hear me all right?
Cool. So here you have John, guys. Take it away, bro.
All right, wake you guys. Yeah, man. I mean, I, I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. Uplines are very, very, very important. Um, you can definitely learn a ton from them. I've learned a lot from other people in Vima, and what I mean by that is all of this information is out there. You don't necessarily have to wait for training calls to learn. You don't have to wait for one of us to say, "Hey, we're gonna do a fast start training." All of it is out there. And when I got on board with Vima 17, 18 months ago, that was really some of the information that hit home with me. I I understood that there were YouTube videos of Alex Morton, Luke Hessler, Derek Alexander, Jed Buenaluz, Josh Noble, Brad Alcazan, Brad Sarver, all of these top leaders in Vima. I understood that their training calls were available. I understood that their fast start trainings were available. I understood that their home events to see them speak were available, and it was all on YouTube. So the biggest thing that I can tell you guys is when the days that there are not training calls, the days that there are not opportunity calls, what are you doing to become successful in this? If you are on YouTube, if you're studying, if you're taking notes, if you're constantly learning, you can out earn anybody. And I kind of have the story of two different halves with this. I started off um, 100% dedicated. You would not outwork me. I was getting less sleep than you. I was hustling nonstop. I literally would get about a 2 to 3 hour nap a day, and then a couple 20-minute naps, and that was it. I went from 0 cycles to 8 cycles to 13 to 23 to 39 to 73 to 80 to 113 to 135. I hit executive in under 7 months, and it was all due to the 100% constant grind of listening and learning and implementing everything that not only my upline was teaching me, but multiple uplines around Vima. We have a fantastic upline, but I learned more from people who were outside of my team rather than my direct upline. And that has nothing to do with the fact that our upline isn't knowledgeable. They're insanely knowledgeable. It had to do with the fact that everything was on YouTube and there was so much content of other leaders. I watched that. And so getting started with this business, guys, just know that. Just know that everything's out there. If you want to do personal development, do some personal development. If you want to learn from people who are making $500,000, $1 million a year, who are in their young 20s in Vima, go to YouTube and see what they have to say. But as far as our team's fast start training, as far as how we've gotten the largest network in the United Kingdom, how we've gotten the #1 income earner in the United Kingdom, how we've had company paid cars popping up all around the world, it is really this. Step one. Step one is making a list. And so please, 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 pen and paper, jot this stuff down if you want to become successful with this. Step one is a list. Just give me one sec. The biggest mistake that people make with their list is they think that because they have not spoken with someone in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that they cannot put them on their list. You will make your fortune outside of your close circle. If you are going to rely on just your close friends to build a substantial income in Vima, 99.9% chance you will fail. It typically takes people outside of your social circle to become wildly successful with this. So when you look at my PEQs that have really led to an absolute ton of success, I had a gentleman in Sydney who led to Mario. So I personally enrolled him. He's a diamond leader, and that led to Mario, and obviously that led to all of you guys. But I wasn't close with him. I had met him during our training camp, and when I was in the United Kingdom, I'd hung out with him for a couple weeks, and that was the only time I'd ever met him. Marvin Fayers, same thing. I met him during the training camp. We had 6 weeks over there in London. Then we hadn't spoken really in over a year. Marvin led to Christian Samuels. Christian Samuels led to Jordan Douglas, which led to the entire United Kingdom team. If you are focused on your small circle that you have right now, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I have 0 close friends who are involved in Vima with me. And that is a crazy thought. If I was relying on just my circle of friends, my close friends, I wouldn't have any PEQs right now. So you have to really go outside the box. So when you're thinking about that list, you go to Facebook, you click Aaron Adams, and you look at Aaron Adams and you say, okay, does this person like to be healthy? Does this person like to make money? Does this person know of anybody who might fall into those 2 categories? The answer should probably be yes for every single person, unless that person on your contact list is like a deranged serial killer. That's probably about the only type of people that you don't want to work with. Unless they are absolutely crazy, you have 0 desire whatsoever to work with them, you think that they would be a poor addition to your business, everybody else should be on it. If you haven't spoken to someone in 5 years, it's very, 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 very simple to get back in contact with them and speak to them about Vima. So that's the biggest thing, your list. Make a very, 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 very extensive list. Step 2, you want to establish your why. Why are you excited about Vima? Why are you doing Vima? What is going to motivate you? And it can be selfish things or it can be unselfish things. The more unselfish it becomes, the deeper the meaning. Your parents' retirement, your niece's, your nephew's future. We've had people who are on this team who have come from more or less third world countries that they want to go back to those countries and they want to achieve things and they want to create things in their home country. So you decide what is meaningful to you. And once you lock onto that, you keep it very, very, very close to your heart. And what I mean by that is if your parents' retirement is your goal, and that's genuinely the fuel to your fire, you see how hard your mom, your dad works, you're sick and tired of it, that is what's going to fuel you. You type that up and you put it in front of your computer. You put it above your wall when you sleep. If I was to take you over to my bed over there, you would have a picture of the beach, crystal clear waters, right above my bed. So every night when I go to sleep, I'm looking at that poster. Every time when I wake up, I'm looking at that poster. Constant law of attraction bringing those things to me. And it's mine is a bit more selfish. I want to travel the world. I want to experience life. I want to experience different cultures. Of course, I'm going to retire my mom, but my why tends to be selfish, and that's okay. Find out what works for you. Find out what motivates you, and keep that right there. So you make that list. You establish your why. Then it's the invitation process. The invitation process is probably 95% of this business. If you can be a great inviter, your upline can really do the rest for you. And so I'm going to take you through a few different invitations. This is coming from a woman who was making over $50,000 a week in Vima. Over $50,000 a week. So this is not coming from me. It's coming from her. And this is what it is. So I need you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 1, and I'm going to be yawning a lot, guys. I only got 2 hours of sleep last night, so I apologize. Oh, man, here it comes. Step 1, the reason for my call. Step 1, the reason for my call. Step 2, I thought of you because. So step 1 is the reason for my call. Step 2 is I thought of you because. Step 3 is this may or may not be for you, and that's okay. This may or may not be for you, and that's okay. Step 4, would you be willing to? So when you put that all together, if I'm calling, say, Robert, haven't spoke to Robert in 3 years, and that's perfectly fine. If I don't have his number, I'm going to talk to you about that, how I can get his number and how I can kind of catch up with him a little bit before I get into this. But say I'm calling him, I got his number, and I call him, and I dial Robert's number, and he says hello, and he was like, hello, and I'm like, hey, Robert, man, it's John Clifford, how you doing? He's like, oh, man, I'm doing really well. Say, listen, man, the reason for my call is just right out of the gate. No sugarcoating anything. No, oh, how's your mom? How's your dad? How's life? It's 100% business. The reason for my call. Hey, man, listen, the reason for my call is I am on to something very, very, very big. I'm working with a company that's projected to become a multi-billion-dollar company within the next 3 years. It's relatively brand new to Australia, and right now my job is to find a few people who are not looking to work until they're 70 years old. You came to mind, man. I thought of you because you've always been a very outgoing, ambitious individual. You've always had a positive attitude. People like to be around you. This opportunity has tremendous earning potential, man. It might be for you, it might not be for you, and either way, that's completely okay. But if I was to send you a video to like a 10-minute long YouTube clip, would you be willing to check that out? Yeah, man. Well, what is it? Honestly, man, it's like 90% visual. But so I'm gonna shoot you that video. You'll be able to see it firsthand. But listen, man, if you see what I see, you're gonna lose sleep tonight. It's that good. So take 10 minutes, watch that video. When do you think you're gonna have time to watch it? I don't know. I'm not doing anything right now. Can you send it over right now? Yeah, cool. All right, man. I'm gonna call you in 15 minutes. Like I said, whether it's for you, whether it's not for you, no problem. I just want your feedback on it. I'll call you again in like 15 minutes. Sound good? Sound good? All right, cool. So with that being said, that was painless. That was not awkward. You haven't spoken to him in 3 years, and that's okay. You paid him a compliment, and you told him why you're thinking of him. If someone called you, who you hadn't spoken to in 3 years, and they said, hey, John, I know we haven't spoken in like 3 years, man, but how I remember you, you've always been a very positive, outgoing, ambitious person. People like to be around you, and right now I'm looking for, if you could pay someone a compliment, it doesn't matter if you haven't spoken to them in 10 years. You feed somebody's ego and you present them an opportunity, chances are they'll eat that up. So that's Ruth Elliott's invitation. Number one, the reason for my call. Number two, I thought of you because. Number three, this may or may not be for you, and that's okay. Number four, would you be willing to? And that doesn't, you can really use that for anything. You can use it for a home event. Listen, man, I'm going to have about 5 friends over at my house so we can see firsthand what this is about. Would you be willing to swing by for like 20, 30 minutes? Or what day this week would you be free for like 30 minutes? I don't know, like Wednesday would be good. All right, Wednesday, I'm going to have about 5 people over at my house at about 8 p.m. I'm going to have some food there. I'm going to have some drinks there. So 8 o'clock, man, swing by. I'll confirm with you again on Wednesday to make sure that you can come. But like I said, man, I'm only sharing this with a few people, so would really, 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 really love if you actually came so I can get some feedback on what we got going on. Okay, cool. The nice thing about clearing their schedule is you say, hey, man, what day are you going to be free this week? Oh, sorry, guys. Like I said, 2 hours of sleep is killing me. You say, what day are you going to be free this week for 20, 30 minutes? And they tell you, now you already know that they're free. Say, okay, cool, man. I'm having a few people over at my house. I want you to swing by. I want to be able to show you this physically because it's 90% visual. Tom Alkazin's invitation is this: be in a hurry. And that is fantastic advice for any invitation, even Ruth Elliott's invitation. You should be in a hurry. You call, hey, Robert, what's up? It's John Clifford. Oh, hey, man. Hey, listen, man, I'm just about to walk into the gym, but the reason for my call. So you start that off. You're in a hurry, because you don't want them to sit there and ask you question after question after question. So Tom Alkazin, be in a hurry. Already know their need or desire. This is when you really, really, really get good. If you already know somebody's need or desire, so if you have a friend that is constantly pissing and moaning about how they can't stand their job, how their boss is a jerk, that is their need or desire. You're calling them and speaking to them, and here's the example that Tom Alkazin, who's bringing in $150,000 a week, presents. Jeff, I only have a minute, but the reason for my call is last time I talked to you, you said, submit their need right there. You said you cannot stand your boss. He's a jerk. You don't even like the people that you work with. I've discovered a way to solve that problem for you. But what I have to ask, were you serious about that? Were you serious about getting out of a job, finding a better environment, finding more positive people to be around? Is that something you were serious about? They're going to say yes. Say, well, listen, man, we need to get together. I have an opportunity, man, tremendous earning potential. If you see what I see, you're going to lose sleep tonight. It's that good. That was Tom's big line that I took away from what he said that I absolutely loved. If you see what I see, you're going to lose sleep. It's that good. Let's see. Ooh. So you're in a hurry. You connect their need or desire, or you already know their need or desire. You connect their need or desire for the reason for your call, and you make a key statement. So, guys, I mean, this training call is really the invitation, the follow-up, and really how to defer people. So the 3 things that I like to teach people outside of make a list and establish your why is the invite and the follow-up. So we've got the list. We know how important that is. We know we want to add as many people as we possibly can to that list. Excuse me while I blow my nose, and I'm not going to do it on camera. So we got the list. We got the why. We got the invitation down. The reason for my call. I thought of you because this may or may not be for you, and that's okay. Would you be willing to be in a hurry when you do that? The invitation process, the follow-up. So people are going to come to your home events. People are going to watch the videos. People are going to be on the webinars. There is a very, 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 very big difference between saying, what did you think and what did you like best? What did you think allows a person to share their negative opinion? People in general, they're very negative. They're very defensive. They don't want to say positive things, and it's just the world that we live in. I mean, look at the news. How many positive stories do you see on the news? How many negative stories do you see on the news? It's what we're surrounded by. So if you say, hey man, so what'd you think? I don't know, man. It just seems like one of those things. I don't know if it can work. Hey man, now you can see what I'm excited about this, or now you can see why I'm excited about this. What did you like best about it? I mean, I like the fact that you can make a lot of money. I like the fact that you can work for yourself. I like the fact that this product is incredibly healthy. If you say what did you like best, they have a positive thought right there in their mind. So after these home events, after these webinars, after these exposures, you're calling people and you're like, Mike, man, thank you so much for coming by. Now you can see what I'm so excited about. Now you can see why I have such a burning passion to succeed with this. What did you like best about it, man? Uh, Honestly, man, I like the thought that you can make a ton of money with this. Bro, that was honestly one of the things that really stood out to me. I was looking around the world. I was looking throughout this company. I was seeing young people who were bringing in part-time incomes, full-time incomes, six figures, $250,000, $500,000, million a year incomes, and that was crazy to me. But it's working, man, and it's going to work in Australia. I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot or anything, but I'm just trying to get a really good understanding of where you're at. One being you're not interested in making money with this, and 10, you're looking to get started now. Where do you think you're sitting right now? I don't know, man. Maybe about like a 7. So, okay, cool, man. I mean, this took me a few weeks before I really felt comfortable, before I understood this was a genuine opportunity and I wasn't missing anything. What is it that's keeping you from being that 10? I mean, is it something that I can show you the clinical studies? I can show you the incomes of some of my friends who are doing well with this. I can introduce you to a few more people. What is it that you think is going to raise your belief level from a 7 to a 10? And they will tell you. So that is the two most important questions after an exposure. So write this down right now if you haven't already. After an exposure, question 1, what did you like best? You agree with that. You reconfirm their decision. And then step 2, you, in a non-pushy way whatsoever, you find out where they're at. Listen, man, I don't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of where you're at. 1 being you're not interested in making money with this. 10 being you're ready to get started right now. Where are you at? If someone says 10, say, awesome, man. I'm going to pull out my computer. Let's get you started right now. If they say 10, that's it. 10 out of 10 is they're ready to get started. If they give you a 10, do not oversell. Get them started right then. They're at the highest that they're going to be at. Say, awesome, man. Let's get this going, man. I cannot wait to work with you. I'm going to pull out my computer right now. I'll walk you through the sign up. All right, cool. If they say 9, say, all right, cool, man. I see that you're excited about this. I see that you see the potential in this, but I understand that there's still a few more things that you need to get ironed out. What's going to bring you to that 10? Ask the question that will bring you the answer. So many people are like, so man, you want to get started with this? And they're like, no, man, I appreciate the opportunity, but no. And they just instantly assume, dude, like, what are you worried about? You're worried about that you don't have time? I mean, you don't need a lot of time to do this. And they start throwing all these, they just start guessing and guessing and guessing. If you ask your prospect what's going on in their mind, they are going to tell you. So that is the list. That is the why. That is the invitation process. That is the follow-up process. This is the objection process. So anytime somebody gives you something negative, this is how you respond. I need you to write down 1, 2, 3. So just write down objection and then write down 1, 2, 3. Number 1 is feel. F-E-E-L. Feel. Number 2 is felt. Feel, felt. Number 2 is felt. Number 3 is found. So feel, felt, found. Hold on, Robert's messaging right now. Yep, awesome. Yep, Robert, I got you. So feel, felt, found. If someone presents you with a negative objection, you do not get defensive. You say feel, felt, found. So for instance, if I present this to someone and they're like, I don't know, man, it's one of those pyramid things, dude. Those, you better be careful with that. You're an idiot for thinking that you're going to make money with this. Everybody loses money with this. You laugh about it. You stay calm. Say, put a smile on your face and say, oh man, trust me, dude. I know exactly how you feel. When I first started looking at this, man, I felt the exact same way. I was looking at this. I'm like, I don't know, man. This looks like one of those pyramid things. I've heard about stuff like this. I heard it's difficult to make money. So trust me, man. I was in the exact same position, but I kind of opened up my mind a little bit. I did a little bit of research, and what I found was pyramid schemes are completely illegal. Completely illegal. This is more along the lines of network marketing and affiliate marketing. It's a $167 billion industry. It's produced more millionaires than any other profession outside of professional athletics. People like Warren Buffett, who's the wealthiest man in the world, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, Bill Clinton. I mean, all of these individuals, they really support and have incredible things, Donald Trump, to say about network marketing. If I could show you like just a 3-minute clip that kind of broke down the difference between pyramid schemes and network marketing, so you could probably get a better understanding of where I'm at, would you be willing to check out a 3-minute video for me, just so you have a better understanding of it? Yeah, sure, whatever. Say cool. Say, listen, I don't mean to insult your intelligence or anything, but this is a hilarious video that really hit home with me. I'm going to pass it along to you. I sent him the Pyramid Scheme cartoon invite, and if you haven't seen the Pyramid Scheme cartoon, you guys will laugh your asses off. We've all came in contact with people like this. Go to YouTube, type in Pyramid Scheme cartoon. You'll find it right away. But Robert wanted me to touch on the tips to rank up to bronze very, 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 very quickly. And this is it. Go to Bradley Sarver, Bradley Sarver's page on YouTube. Bradley Sarver is a presidential leader in our upline. In that video, or I'm sorry, on his page, he has a video called Hot Market. Hot Market is aunts, uncles, parents. If you want to hit bronze quickly, if you want free product quickly, you will watch that video. It is how to get a very, very, very quick customer base based on the fact that you are going to ask a favor, you're going to ask for help from loved ones. And don't worry, it's not anything that's awkward. It's going to make perfect sense once you hear Brad's video, but you go to Bradley Sarver, type in Bradley Sarver YPR into YouTube, Bradley Sarver YPR. You will come across his page and look for a hot market video. Maybe if Robert has it on hand right now, he can post it in the group under the training. That will get you to bronze right there. That alone will get you to bronze right there. That alone will get you free product, allow you to build your business. But outside of that, how are you going to hit bronze? What you lack in skill, you have to make up for in numbers. We all come into Vima, no experience in network marketing, no experience in Vima. We've never done anything like this before. We don't have the skill set to explain to people what this business is all about. We might only be getting 1 out of 10 people that we talk to. We might only be getting 1 out of 20 people that we talk to. And if that's the case, you just have to talk to more people. If you get 5 PEQs and 2 of them stick around and take it semi-serious, that could turn into a substantial income. So with Vima, it's all about numbers. That's why you make a list that is monumentally huge. But tips to hit bronze quickly: exposure, 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 exposure. You expose as many people to this opportunity and this product as you possibly can. You find out, you don't do it the easy way. You don't blast it all over Facebook. You don't say, hey, come to my home event. I have an incredible business opportunity, because that takes away from the value. You want to call people and say, I thought of you because. You don't want to say, hey, I'm inviting every single person that I could possibly think of on my Facebook list, and you just happen to be one of them. You want to say, hey, man, I'm only sharing this with a few people. I thought of you because, and then present it to them. So tips to hit bronze quickly: numbers. Get 3 people. Set a goal. If we're going to be hosting these nightly webinars, set a goal to get 3 people on this webinar. Say, hey, so and so. I only have 3 spots available for this webinar. Can you confirm that you'll be on it? Take it to a whole nother level. But aim for 3. If 3 seems too excessive, aim for 2. Can you get 2 people on a webinar every single night? Can you get 2 people to every single home event? Can you get 2 people every single week to try the product? Because I promise, if you can stay consistent with sets of 2, you will become insanely successful with this. So tips to hitting bronze: numbers, mass exposures, most importantly, home events. Your prospect will feel a hell of a lot more comfortable coming to your house than somebody else's house. Yeah, man, we're having a meeting at my buddy Joe's. I don't really know where he lives, but I can text you the address. You can meet me there. You don't like being in that position. Why would your friend like being in that position? If you can physically have a home event at your house, you can invite your friends over to your house. It's a heck of a lot more comfortable. They've probably already been there. Oh man, I feel like my eyes are just blinking and going crazy because they're just falling, like they're just closing on me because I'm that tired. So, guys, to hit bronze quickly, it's all out massive action. You do not have to be good at this. You do not have to have an expert invite. You do not have to be insanely knowledgeable about Vima. You don't have to be insanely knowledgeable about the products. You have to be a great inviter who will stop at nothing to invite their contact list. Can you say, hey, the reason for my call, I've thought of you because this may or may not be for you. Would you be willing to? So would you be willing to check out a video for me? Yes. Or actually, better yet, what time this week are you going to have like 15 minutes? About 9 o'clock. I don't know, like Wednesday would be good. All right, Wednesday we are going to have a webinar, and it's going to have some of the most successful people here in Australia, and it's going to have some of the most successful people in the company, period. It's only going to be about 15, 20 minutes long. It's going to talk about this business. It's going to talk about the opportunity. It's going to talk about what this is all about. So I will confirm with you on Wednesday. I'm going to send you the link. And like I said, I'll hit you up Wednesday, give you a reminder. And after the call, man, I'm going to call you, and I'm going to see what you think. But like I said, whether it's for you or whether it's not for you, that's completely all right. I just want your feedback. Is that okay? Does that sound fair? Yes, that sounds fair. All right, cool. You send them the link. You follow up with them Wednesday and say, hey, man, just a reminder that call is going to be happening in 2 hours. If you can mass invite, if you can be an expert invitation giver, and you can present this invitation for home events, webinars, videos, I promise you will become incredibly successful with this. So, guys, I always like to try to keep these relatively short and sweet because our attention span, my attention span is very minimal. So to recap everything, you make a list, you make a why. The invitation process is, I thought of you because, the reason for my call, I thought of you because this may or may not be for you, and that's okay. Would you be willing to? The follow-up after you expose people. Hey, Brent, now you can see why I'm so excited about this. Now you can see what I'm passionate about. What did you like best? Agree with them. Reconfirm their decision. 1 through 10, where are you at? Find out their answer so you can provide the information to get them to the 10. If somebody says something negative to you, you don't try to get defensive. Just play it cool. Hey, man, I felt found. Hey, I know exactly how you feel, man. I felt the exact same way when I was looking at this thing. I didn't know if I would have enough time to dive into this, but what I found was this doesn't take a lot of extra time. This is something that if you can invest 15 minutes a day, an hour a week, 2 hours a week, over time you can build a part-time income that pays pretty nicely. If I could introduce you to someone who does this with minimal time and effort, and they become wildly successful with this, would you at least be open to hearing their story? All right, yeah, man, yeah, I'll listen. I'll listen to what they have to say. I'm still not saying that I'm going to do it or anything. Yeah, man, no problem. I just want you to hear their story. And then you bring in somebody who's had success with this, but is just doing it part time, like Shane Sullivan. He was in uni. He was a full-time student athlete, and um, he was doing Vima part time. So that's really how we handle all of it. I think that is everything. Mass exposures to hit bronze. Free product is everything. Think about this. How many people come to you and like, oh man, I don't know, $80 is pretty expensive. Be like, dude, I've been in this business for a week. I already have free product for next month. This company is going to send a whole case of that to me for free and allow me to build my business. Anybody that I share this with, 100% profit. Well, how did you do that? I will show you. It's very, very, very simple. So if you can lead by example and get free product, you can kill a lot of your objections. A lot of your objections are going to be price. So as I said, guys, I want to keep this short. I want to keep it sweet. We're going to do multiple training calls. We can do them a little bit more specific. Home event culture. We can do some training calls on how to have a successful home event. We can have training calls on how to have a successful three-way phone call and how to edify your upline, how to have what the credibility triangle is. So we will do a few more of these, but as far as this topic right here, I wanted to keep it short. I wanted to keep it sweet. I wanted to keep it minimal information. I didn't want to overwhelm anybody. I really think that is the basics. Make a huge list. Establish why you're doing the business. Invite like your life depended on it. Don't get defensive. Be great at following up. In sales, 48% of people do not 48% of people do not follow up with their prospect. 48% in sales. 95% of sales are made on the 3rd to 12th exposure. And everything in life is sales. I don't care what you're talking about. You sell yourself to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, so they want to date you. You sell yourself to your employer when you're in that interview. And we are selling an energy drink, and we are selling an opportunity in Vima. No matter how you put it, that's what we're doing. And 95% of sales are done on the 3rd to 12th exposure. So give them the product, give them a video, give them bits and pieces here and there. The last thing that I want to touch on, how you can really build a huge business via Facebook, kind of connecting with people, because it's strange to call people who you haven't spoken to in 4 years, and I completely understand that. You can still say the reason for my call, but at the same time it's still like, all right, I haven't spoken to you in ages. This is a great way to get past that. You have a Facebook conversation. Hey man, hey Joe, I haven't seen you in freaking ages, man. I saw you online. I haven't spoken to you. What's been up? How have you been? Good. What have you been doing? Where are you living? You still working out? You still playing basketball? How's so and so? General conversation. So what are you doing for work these days? What are you doing for work these days? Oh, this bubble. This is what I'm doing. Oh, cool. How do you like it? This whole time I'm taking notes on what they say. They're gonna ask you what you do. Honestly, man, I got a full-time job, but I also just took advantage of a unique opportunity. I'm partnered with a company that's projected to become a multi-billion-dollar company within the next 3 years. Working with some young, ambitious people on a very, very, very big project. I'm really excited about where things are headed. Cool. Like, what is it that you're doing? Honestly, man, I wish I had a little bit more time to get into it, but I don't right now. But this is actually something that you would probably find very, very, very interesting. One of these days, man, we're definitely going to have to catch up. I'm going to have to fill you in on what I got going on. What's your number, man? It'd be great to have that phone call one of these days. Now you got their phone number. Now you don't have to call them the next day. Guys, Vima's not going anywhere. In 2048, Vima's going to be here. 2048, Vima's going to be here. In 2050, Vima's going to be here. It's not going anywhere. So as much as there's a need to really go hard and fast with Vima, be patient. Speak to 100 people over the course of 7 days, but with each and every single one of those days, tell people that you'll speak to them within the next week. That way you plant the seed on Monday, you call them on Friday. You plant the seed on Tuesday, you call them on Saturday. You plant the seed on Wednesday, you call them on Sunday. So you stay patient. You don't act like you need people. Say, hey, man, it was really good catching up with you the other day. Hey, you know how I was telling you about how I was involved with that multi-billion-dollar company in the making? Yeah? Well, hey, that's the reason for my call, man. And I thought of you because. So keep it simple. Go hard with this. If you want to have a home event, it's as simple as saying why you're excited, clicking play. I'll do the rest. That's how we built this UK team. They said why they're excited. They pressed play. I Skyped in. I did the rest. But guys, that's it. Like I said, I want to keep it short. I want to keep it sweet. I want to keep it minimal information. We'll do another one on home event culture. But my eyes are literally just bobbing up and down nonstop. I need to grab another hour-and-a-half nap before I start my day. So I thank you guys so much for staying up late. Oh, this is crazy. I thank you so much for staying up late and being on this call and really taking hold of your future. If you want to speak with me one-on-one, if you have personal questions in regards to my business, what worked, what didn't work, things that you don't want to air out in front of 20 people, just hit me up on Facebook. Say, hey, can we get a one-on-one Skype on or Skype? I want to talk to you about a few things, definitely. But stay connected, guys. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on here. You have 23 million people that have no clue what this is. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. 7 out of the top 50 income earners come from the country of Austria, which only has a population of under 8.5 million. You have 23 million that have no clue what this is. Opportunity of a lifetime. Stay persistent. Stay hungry. No matter what anybody says to you, understand that this works. You've seen women do it. You've seen men do it. Whether someone's black, white, skinny, fat, from Europe, from America, from Canada, from Mexico, you see it working all over the world. You don't need anybody's permission to succeed. You know it works. Go get it. You have the tools in front of you. YouTube, Alex Morton, Luke Hessler, Luke Kish, Derek Alexander, Brad Alcazan, Josh Noble, Luke Wilborn, Bradley Sarver. All of the tools are out there. Watch their home events. Watch their trainings. All of the skills are there. Take matters into your own hands. Continue to be guided by your upline, but take this business into your own hands. That's all I have for you. We will speak again very, very, very soon. We'll put together another training very soon. But again, guys, thank you so much for being on. Take care. Have a good night.